Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Berlin, Germany. Welcome to the women's only PLE for the second time ever, Evolution. And we are starting off with an absolute banger. We have the NXT Women's Championship and the TNA Knockouts World Championship both on the line, where we will 100% crown a new champion here in this opening match. Both titles on the line, title versus title, where the winner will go ahead and take all. Up first, she is the TNA Knockouts World Champion. Jordynne Grace is here. Now Jordynne Grace able to beat Masha Slamovich for this TNA Knockouts World Champion, making her a four-time TNA Knockouts World Champion. Masha Slamovich, the woman which she will be facing off against here tonight. Jordynne Grace an opportunity to go ahead and retain this championship, as well as to become a first-time NXT Women's Champion and go ahead and become a double champ. That would go ahead and be a huge milestone for Jordynne Grace. But the same goes for Masha Slamovich, being a TNA superstar, currently holding the Women's NXT Championship. And if she's able to go ahead and regain her TNA Knockouts Championship, she will be a TNA superstar, holding both the top gold in TNA for the women's division, as well as holding WWE gold, which she holds right now as the current women's NXT champion, Masha Slamovich. And here tonight, in our opening matchup, both titles on the line, where again, the winner takes all. Someone has to win this match, which means we will 100% be crowning a new champion here in this opening matchup. Masha Slamovich, Jordynne Grace, both the NXT Women's Championship and the TNA Knockouts World Championship on the line. Still to come, later tonight, we have Julia versus Dakota Kai for the United States Championship. We have Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyrie for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then we got the Bella Twins versus the Judgment Day for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Co-main events, we'll go ahead and have Naomi versus Bianca Belair for the Women's WWE Championship. And here, right now, we're going to confirm it. In the main event, it will be Alexa Bliss versus a returning AJ Lee for the for the Women's World Championship. An opportunity for AJ Lee to win her first Women's World Championship. But if she does win, she'll become a four-time World Champion here in WWE. That's to come all later tonight. I'm not sure if all the other matches I said were specifically in order, but I know main event will be the Women's World Championship, the co-main event being the WWE Women's Championship. Enough talk about the future, enough talk about what's up to happen later. Let's go ahead and focus on the now and a little bit on the passes. Last night we had Bash in Berlin, a phenomenal night. We saw new champions. Off the top of my head, we have the Lost Souls winning the World Tag Team Championships. John Cena gaining his soul back and becoming the People's Champion. We have Bentha and LA Knight being able to successfully defend their titles. Carmelo Hayes coming out of that hate triangle feud on top. And then Austin Theory winning the ambulance match, meaning that Grayson Waller must leave Monday Night Raw. It was a spectacular match. Well, now we are hoping that the Women's Only PLE can go ahead and do that much and better. As we go ahead and begin this opening match, we have Jordynne Grace, Masha Slamovich once again to remind you guys. Both titles on the line, both the TNA Knockouts World Championship and the NXT Women's Championship on the line. Where the winner will go ahead and take all. Jordynne Grace right now off of the top ropes with a big closed line crossbody of sorts. And she's going to go ahead and look for the pinfall right here. Can she go ahead and get the victory? No, not yet. Going to have to do a little bit more if she wants to go ahead and secure that championship. This match has only just begun, so going to definitely need to do a little bit more right here. Again, we're just beginning this match, but Jordynne Grace wants to go ahead and continue her attack. Does not matter if we're in 5 minutes, 3 seconds. She wants to go all in order to secure this victory. However, Masha Slamovich also wanting to regain her TNA Knockouts World Championship. Masha Slamovich with some big kicks right here against Jordynne Grace. This technically being her rematch for her TNA Knockouts World Championship, but rather than it just being like a safe match for her with the TNA Knockouts Championship on the line, she decided that she wants this match to be an Evolution, and well, you need to put some WWE gold on there. That's exactly why she's decided to go ahead and also put her title in this, even though it was just supposed to be a rematch. That's a big risk for her, but it could also come with a big reward. As right now, both women on the outside of the ring, battling it out, trying to go and see who can take more advantages. I do believe, I would like to say that Jordynne Grace has had that little bit of the upper hand in this match, as she now hops back inside of the ring. Masha Slamovich outside of the ring as the referee's count gets to 6. Is Jordynne Grace even allowed to win by countout? I'm not sure how that would work. Both superstars, I think you just got to win by pinfall or submission. If not, sure, you may win the match by countout, but either championship stays with the other champion. Maybe. Honestly, I don't even know. Why worry about that? Let's hope we can see a definitive winner within this matches. We have some back and forth action between Masha Slamovich, Jordynne Grace. Big smack right there by Masha Slamovich, a returning one by Jordynne Grace. A hockey fight has broken out as Masha Slamovich representing TNA hard right now. One of the biggest PLEs in WWE that WWE has to offer. And having TNA Superstar out here is quite incredible. It's right there. A nice little kick out. Jordynne Grace back in control. Now make sure you guys stay ready, because if you guys think these PLEs have been great, next weekend, I believe, if I'm correct, we will have Saturday Night's Carnage. That is where AAA and WWE Superstars will collide with AAA, maybe even some WWE Championships on the line. That, if my memory serves me correct, will go ahead and come next weekend. So be prepared, be ready, because that is also bound to be spectacular. As once again we have some back and forth action, looking to do some big damage onto each other. Jordynne Grace, Masha Slamovich, what an opening match this is, and all the great things that are still to come later tonight. As Jordynne Grace is invited to go ahead and take the extra hit onto Masha Slamovich, and she takes full advantage of it. And now Jordynne Grace is gonna look to put Masha Slamovich away, inviting her to take that extra hit. May have been a huge mistake, because now Jordynne Grace is fully in control, and she may be able to secure the match right here. Masha Slamovich is able to counter big hit onto Jordynne Grace. Fortunately for Masha Slamovich, not fully a mistake. Instead, she may win the match here. Is this enough to become a double champion? 1, 2, but a kick out. Jordynne Grace able to go ahead and kick out of that. Jordynne Grace now switching things around. It is her time to get on the attack, looking to put Masha Slamovich away to beat her for a second time and become a double champion. 2, 3, there it is, Jordynne. Oh my days. Jordynne Grace is the new Women's NXT champion, and she is now a double champion, holding both the TNA Knockouts World Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. And that means that both of the top prizes over at TNA, both the Men's World Championship and the Women's World Championship, are currently being held by WWE Superstars, as AJ Styles was able to go ahead and crown himself the brand new TNA World Champion, that being his third I believe, World Championship. I believe I am right. So, that is a big feat for WWE as a whole to be able to take the top gold of TNA. But of course, TNA definitely not going to be happy with that. And I mean, Masha Slamovich is still not able to beat Jordan Grace. Jordan Grace really has Masha Slamovich's number, basically collecting the NXT Women's Championship for her, and just for Jordan Grace to immediately take it off her shoulder. What an insane opening match. As up next, we have Dakota Kai, former WWE Women's United States Champion, facing off against the current champion here in her rematch. This is her activating her rematch clause here at the Women's Only PLE Evolution. So we will see Julia, the new Women's United States Champion, defend her championship here against Dakota Kai. Big opportunity for Julia to showcase and prove that her beating Dakota Kai was not a fluke. Rather, she can do it over and over again, as Dakota Kai is looking to go ahead and and prove that, just got caught off guard, right? And just, she wants to go ahead and take that championship back and just prove it was a small mistake. Now, last night we were talking about who had the most tag team championships within the WWE, and I was able to find something which includes WWE, WCW, ECW, NXT. So the Dudleys 18, the New Day 13, the Hardys 10, Usos 9, and those are about the top reigns there. So for Axiom, unfortunately, they were able to lose, but hey, if they have 18 reigns, that also means they lost it 18 times. So guess you got to lose if you want to have more reigns. Anyhow, that's enough talk about last night. I just wanted to go ahead and spit that fact out before I ended up forgetting it. Anyhow, up next, we have Julia, Dakota Kai. Big opportunity right here for both women, as I said previously. Opportunity for Julia to prove her victory over Dakota Kai was not a fluke. And then we got Dakota Kai trying to prove that her losing was a fluke. It was a mistake, and then she can instantly go back to winning ways. As we go ahead and begin the second match of the Women's Only PLE Evolution, we've already been able to crown one new champion here tonight. Will we be able to go ahead and pick up another new champion? As I've been saying, right now is the time for new champions. There are a lot of new champions that are being crowned. So just because Julia barely won it does not mean she can already lose it. As we go ahead and officially begin this match, Julia versus Dakota Kai. They are taking the sweet time. I have to go ahead and repeat everything I'm saying a couple thousand times because they just like taking their sweet time. But finally, we are ready to begin. Still to come, of course, Becky Lynch, Lyra, IC title, Women's Tag Team action, the Bella Twins versus the Judgment Day with the Women's Tag Team Championships on the line, and both World Championships, the Women's WWE Championship in our co-main event, and then in the main event, AJ Lee versus Alexa Bliss. But let's begin this match. Finally, Julia starting off things very strong with a big knee right there to Dakota Kai. Going to go ahead and make sure that she knows exactly who the champion is. Sure, you held it for quite some time, but now it is Julia's time to shine. That rhyme, call me Dr. Seuss's Julia right there, is able to counter the beautiful madness. Dominated NXT, being the NXT Women's Champion for quite some time. Unfortunately, her reign did come a little shorter than expected, as she did pick up an injury. Fortunately for her, it wasn't too big of an injury, and that allowed her to be able to come back. And then quickly after coming back, she got the call-up. And now she is a champion here at the main roster. There we go. As I'm not sure what happened there. She's still able to go ahead and get on the attack. Those big hits right here. Right now, Dakota Kai gonna go ahead and look to respond. Nice response as a hockey fight has just broken out, as a good friend of mine says. And we have some back and forth action. Dakota Kai missing her shot right there. Julia going to go ahead and respond with a nice one. Julia gets hit, but then Julia responds. Who's going to come out on top of this little back and forth, and who's going to come out on top and leave Germany as the Women's United States Champion? Well, it is Julia who wins this little back and forth, and she is now going to look to climb the top ropes. Julia looking to fly, big impact right there. As Dakota Kai now having to use her ropes in order to help her get up. Julia going to use this to her advantage. Big damage done right there. Now looking for the boot to the face. Dakota Kai preventing that nicely now. This may be the opportunity that Dakota Kai needs to be able to get back on the attack. Dakota Kai smashing Julia's face straight onto the mat. As now Julia slowly getting up. Dakota Kai is already waiting for her, ready to meet her with a big punch. Julia able to prevent that, and now Julia may be able to switch things around, looking for a big, huge slam, and she's able to pull it off. Now looking for the pinfall. 1, 2, oh, but a kick out at 2. Dakota Kai still in this match, but Julia almost had the match won, and that just shows the level that Julia already carries with her. She may be a rookie here at the main roster, just barely getting the call-up, but point is, she is still an incredible superstar who is still yet to enter her prime, and she's already this good. Can switch things around this quickly. Just when we thought Dakota Kai was in control, Julia switches things around and almost gets the victory. Uh-oh. It looks like Asuka's here. I'm not sure if she actually is physically here, if she's just trying to play some distraction with the music. I do believe it's just a distraction. She's been a huge help to Dakota Kai with her championship reigns, and now this may be an opportunity for Dakota Kai to regain her United States Championship, looking for the pinfall onto Julia. 1, 2, kick out at 2. Julia did grab the ropes. I don't think the referee saw. Fortunately for Julia, she was still able to get enough energy, enough power to go ahead and kick out of that, as now Dakota Kai is being countered right here. Julia with a big right fist has to be frustrated by all these distractions. As I said, Asuka does like to help Dakota Kai quite a bit, especially when it comes to these championship battles. I do believe when she versus Zelina Vega, that's what really helped her be able to get the victory, if my memory serves me correct, which usually it doesn't. Big boot to the face from Julia onto Dakota Kai, who now is going to go ahead and climb the top ropes. Going to look to do some big damage right here. Nobody home as Dakota Kai able to move out of the way. Now Dakota Kai looking to do some damage onto Julia. However, quickly, Julia is able to go ahead and escape the hold of Dakota Kai. Big hit right there. And now Julia may be able to use this to her advantage. Big knee sending Dakota Kai flying outside of the ring. Julia going to look to fly off the top ropes. Ball once again, nobody home. Fortunately for her, the way she flies allows her to quickly catch herself and get back on the attack. Dakota Kai sent straight into the steel steps, as now Dakota Kai knocked out cold on the outside. Julia inside of the ring. Julia can go ahead and win by countout. It is Dakota Kai who must win by pinfall or submission. Dakota Kai seems as though she may be able to beat the count. She is quite stumbly, quite loose. Referee's count going to go ahead and get to 7 right here, as Dakota Kai finally able to shake things up a bit and finally get inside of the ring at the count of 8 quickly. Met by a big clothesline by Julia, though. As Julia's not finished, she wants to be, oh my days, huge knee to the face of Dakota Kai to retain her championship. She has done it. Julia proving that the victory over Dakota Kai to become the Women's United States Champion was not a fluke, as here in her first title defense, she is successfully able to beat Dakota Kai once again, and just like that, Julia is still your Women's United States Champion. Congratulations to Julia. A huge opportunity for her to be able to again showcase exactly what she's made out of. And well, now it is time, if my memory serves me correct, for some tag team action. That is right, we have the Bella Twins returning, Nikki and Brie Bella, trying to search for a championship that didn't exist back when they were here at WWE, when they were in their prime, to say. Back then, I believe for the women's, it was only the Divas Championship, and in NXT, it was just the Women's NXT Championship, but even then, these ladies were already in the main roster, only battling for the Divas Championship. Now an opportunity to go ahead and become Women's Tag Team Champions for the very first time. But their opponents, it is going to be a tricky fight as well. Their opponents are the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who have been holding their championships since WrestleMania, which is absolutely insane. They've been able to defeat every opponent thrown at them in here tonight. They are looking to do the same with the Bella Twins. Who's going to go ahead and come out on top here tonight? I believe the Judgment Day are 4-time, maybe 5? I believe 4-time tag team champions. Let's go ahead and see. Check this out. So yes, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, 4-time champions. I'm not sure if all 4 times are with each other, to be honest. But I think they are. So they are proving exactly, why they're champions and why they've won it so many times throughout these last couple of months by defeating every single one of their opponents. It is going to be quite a tricky match for the Bella Twins, and I do see the Judgment Day as favorites to go ahead and secure the victory and win the match here tonight. But of course, do not underestimate the Bella Twins. They have that experience at being champions, as Nikki Bella, 2-time world champion, Bria, 1-time world champion. So they do have experience being at the top of the division, do have experience as champions, while Liv Morgan also has experience as a, I believe, 2-time world champion. Raquel doesn't. So maybe with that lack of top experience, that could serve them as an advantage. But realistically speaking, here on paper, it is the Judgment Day who should go ahead and come out on top and retain their Women's Tag Team Championships. But hey, who knows? We've gone ahead and seen one new champion in the opening match. A successful title defense in our second. How will things here in the third match go? As we have Brie and Nikki Bella, your challengers, who were able to make a shocking return. Unfortunately for them, the shocking return was kind of overshadowed by AJ Lee's return, I believe, that same night. Point is, they were able to make a return. The Judgment, they were feeling cocky, saying no one can beat us. We want a match for Evolution, but who? Well, Nikki was ready to call her shot. And here tonight, both her and her sister, the Bella Twins, looking to become first-time Women's Tag Team Champions. And then, of course, as we were talking about, they were overshadowed a little bit by AJ Lee, who was able to win a fantastic Royal Rumble. Many people do say that she came out very late. I think she was the last contestant in the Rumble, which made things a lot easier for her. But hey, point is, she won it, and she has the opportunity to go ahead and become first-time WWE World Champion. Just the Women's World Champion. And if she's able to win it, she would become a 4-time World Champion here in WWE. Sounds about right. As we were ready to go ahead and begin this match, it is going to go ahead and be Brie Bella and Raquel Rodriguez who are going to go ahead and begin this match. Now, all these ladies had a couple of matches throughout the weeks of building up to Evolution. It was Nikki versus Raquel Rodriguez, where Nikki came out on top, and then I believe it was Brie versus Liv Morgan, where Liv Morgan came out on top, which leaves the score at 101. So here tonight, trying to settle the score, who's going to go ahead and take that second victory for their team and basically shut down the other team? Well, we're going to go ahead and find out, as at the moment, Raquel Rodriguez, the big powerhouse, doing some big damage onto Brie Bella, doing a very good job of quickly neutralizing both of the opponents of Nikki and Brie Bella, picking up her, and slamming her down. I heard that very loudly and very clearly, even with my headset on. Damn, that was a hard hit. And now, Brie Bella is in trouble. Slammed down again. Raquel Rodriguez in control, looking for the pinfall. 1. A quick kick out, even after going ahead and taking all that big damage, able to kick out that quickly. That is a show of determination from Brie Bella, who is now chasing, trying to look for the tag. However, tag mate to Liv Morgan who's going to go ahead and break the count right, or break the try to tag, what do you call it? Just interrupt the tag. There we go. Finally learned how to speak English. As right here, Liv Morgan going to go ahead and look for the suplex and into the pinfall. Can she get the victory? 1, 2. Oh, I believe that was only 1. As Brie Bella is able to go ahead and kick out. Good job so far from Brie Bella. She has taken quite a bit of damage, but definitely still in this match. Maybe a tag to Nikki Bella can go ahead and, allow her to freshen up a little bit and allow Nikki Bella to be able to get on the attack. But Brie Bella seems as though she can go ahead and do some damage of her own, walking the plank with Liv Morgan, who is now getting picked up and slammed down by Brie Bella. As now, Brie Bella, what is she looking to do? Big hits right there. And now, looking for, what is she going to do? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, absolutely trying to dislocate and just rip off the head of Liv Morgan off of her shoulders. Now tag made onto Nikki Bella, who is now the legal superstar. Nikki Bella and Liv Morgan, they were both the women who went ahead and won their respective matches. So let's go ahead and see if who will come out on top between either of the ladies. As at the moment it is Brie Bella who is able to counter now. Trying to do some damage onto the back of Liv Morgan. Big kick right there. Nice damage done by Nikki Bella, who's now going to look to fly off of the middle ropes right here. Liv Morgan is quickly met by a big double axe handle as now Nikki Bella with some big stomps straight to the head and face of Liv Morgan. The fans are chanting, not the face, not the face, not the face. I was going to try to say not the face in German, but apparently I don't know how to speak German. Let's go ahead and ask Siri how to say not the face in German. Let's hear it, let's hear it, let's hear it.
Nicht das Gesicht.
Nicht das Gesicht. That's exactly what the fans are cheering. Just kidding, I don't know German. I don't really know what they're chanting, but they were very loud when it came to those stomps onto the face of Liv Morgan. As now Raquel Rodriguez has gone ahead and been tagged in. Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, both looking to make the tag in order to save this match. However, breaking and interrupting the possibility for a tag is Raquel Rodriguez, who's now going to go ahead and pick up Nikki Bella. What is she going to look to do? Well, of course, looking to slam her down and out. Raquel Rodriguez wanting to put this match away in order to secure another successful title defense. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez can go ahead and hold these titles to WrestleMania pinfall, but now Brie Bella there, ready to break the count before the referee can even count the one. Raquel punishing and having Brie deal with the consequences, but I'll take a hit from Raquel Rodriguez if it means staying in the match. Tag made to Liv Morgan. That was enough time for Nikki Bella to go ahead and recover. As now Nikki Bella on the attack. Big backbreaker right there. Going to do a little extra push right there onto Liv Morgan as Nikki Bella with some big stomps again. And now Nikki Bella can go ahead and try to look for her finish in order to secure the victory here tonight. Sends Liv Morgan to the ropes. Now, going to go ahead and look for a big hit right here. Suplex to Liv Morgan. As now, Nikki Bella not finished. Picking up Liv Morgan, sending her straight into the turnbuckle. And look at Brie using the ropes in order to do some damage onto Liv Morgan, who's very far from Raquel Rodriguez, right into enemy territory. This could go ahead and allow Brie and Nikki to just do a crazy amount of damage as Nikki does there with a big splash. Nikki Bella is not yet finished. However, Liv Morgan was trying to counter. Brie Bella interrupts. That is the disadvantage of being so far away from your corner and rather into your opponent's corner. As tag made now onto Brie Bella. As Liv Morgan still taking some big amount of damage. Going to have to desperately look for a tag to Raquel Rodriguez if she wants to go ahead and save this match. Smartly she does. Raquel Rodriguez has taken little to no damage. Instead has absolutely torn apart both Brie and Nikki Bella in this match, and she continues to do so. Absolutely sending Brie and Nikki just straight into the mat. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this match there's a freaking hole in the mats, and the Undertaker comes out and whatnot because, you know, he lives down there, I'm pretty sure. As Raquel Rodriguez now looking to pick up and slam down Brie Bella once again. However, Brie Bella learns from her mistakes and goes ahead and hits a reverse DDT right there on Raquel Rodriguez. Now some big stomps onto the face and onto the hand of Raquel Rodriguez. Brie Bella now picking up Raquel Rodriguez. What is she looking to do? Looking to send her straight into the turnbuckle. As Brie Bella going to go ahead and look to combine with her sister Nikki Bella, who has now been tagged in, sending Raquel Rodriguez straight into the feet of Nikki Bella. And I did say feet, excuse me, into the feet of Nikki Bella, as now doing some big damage right there onto the left leg of Raquel Rodriguez. Nikki Bella, Brie Bella have woken up, and now they are doing some incredible damage. However, quickly, Raquel Rodriguez is able to counter just as I say that commentator's curse. And now, a big clothesline right there as Nikki Bella trying to crawl to the tag, interrupted by Raquel Rodriguez. Maybe she should have done that because now she may be put away. Liv Morgan inside of the ring nice and quickly in order to go ahead and break the count right there. This match continues, but Raquel Rodriguez has now officially taken a big amount of damage, and the playing field is now even. Before it was all other three women were quite beat up, and Raquel was the only one which was kind of more fresh compared to them, but now they have all taken amounts of damage which are unreversible. And now Raquel Rodriguez looking to put an end to this match. However, Nikki Bella able to counter with some big kicks. Somehow Nikki Bella still in this. Now looking for the quick roll-up. Is this enough to become tag team champions? But a kick out at 2 by Raquel Rodriguez. What a phenomenal match this has been. The Bella Twins, the Judgment Day, fully going at it in this match, and now combining once again as a tag has been made to Brie Bella. Big knee to the face of Raquel Rodriguez to win the match. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. The Bella Twins have done it. They have finally been able to bring back some gold, winning a title that didn't even exist back when they were in their prime. They are the new Women's Tag Team Champions, and the Judgment Day have finally been beaten, holding those titles ever since the Raw after WrestleMania. But here at the Women's Only PLE Evolution, it is the Bella Twins who go ahead and come out on top. Congratulations to Brie and Nikki Bella, as they are able to go ahead and become Women's Tag Team Champions for the first time in their careers. Now, up next, we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship on the line. Introducing first the challenger. She is the #1 contender to the Women's Intercontinental Championship, therefore being granted this match. Lyra Valkyrie having to beat Bayley in order to be able to get into this match. And here tonight she does exactly that. She gets into this match hoping to come out on top victorious and trying to gain back the title that she lost. She is the inaugural Intercontinental Champion. But ever since losing her title to Becky Lynch, she has struggled to really find her way back to it. Sure, she's had some good matches. She was won #1 contenders matches. She's gotten rematches, but never been able to really show that she's capable of becoming champion again, as Becky Lynch gonna go ahead and go to her usual strategies, which is attacking her opponents before the match starts, using her cheating ways. She did this against Asuka over at SummerSlam, and that secured her the victory. Now here tonight against Lyra, she looks to do the same, using a steel chair in order to absolutely penetrate and tear apart the body of Lyra Valkyrie before the match can even start. Big damage has already been done onto the body of Lyra Valkyrie. I mean, look at that steel chair. If that's how much damage got done to the steel chair, now imagine how much damage has been done to the body of Lyra Valkyrie, which is now hit multiple times by the candlestick. Becky Lynch wants to go ahead and retain her championship by any means necessary. And maybe this is exactly why Lyra has not seemed as though she's ready to regain her title, because Becky goes ahead and cheats. This match has not yet begun, but Becky Lynch is still doing enormous damage, sending Lyra straight inside of the ring. Now Becky Lynch may be able to go ahead and quickly secure this victory. The match has officially begun. We're only about 5 seconds into the official match, and now Becky Lynch looking for the armbar. Can she go ahead and make Lyra Valkyrie tap? And oh, apparently referee sees a rope break. That does end up saving Lyra Valkyrie right here. Is now Becky Lynch gonna go ahead and still look for the finish? And that's gotta be enough. And oh, Becky wants ahead and wants to go ahead and do a little bit more damage, looking for another second. 1-0, looking for the pinfall to win the championship. Or yes, to retain. 3. There it is. Becky Lynch able to quickly go ahead and retain her championship in a very cheating way. Yes, but nevertheless is able to go ahead and get that victory. Still your women's intercontinental champion. Of course, Lyra not going to be happy about this, but I mean, what can you do? Now let's say that next up in line has to be Bayley, the other woman who failed to become the number 1 contender. But now that Lyra failed at the title, I think Bayley's up next for another opportunity. And these 3 women have also been feuding for quite some time. A lot like we've been seeing with Carmelo Hayes and Kevin Owens, Aleister Black, Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. So maybe soon that will be put to end. But talking about Bianca Belair and Naomi, Jade Cargill, that is up next. We have Naomi versus Bianca Belair. The Women's WWE Championship on the line. This is the co-main event. Still to come in the main event, of course, the Women's World Championship. As we're going to go ahead and see AJ Lee face off against Alexa Bliss. Sorry, I completely blanked. Alexa Bliss for the Women's World Championship. That's to come in the main event. But for now, the co-main event of what has been a phenomenal women's only PLE Evolution. Naomi, the challenger, being able to win a number 1 contenders match by countout in order to be able to beat Jade Cargill to become the number 1 contender. Of course, Jade Cargill is going to want to not only be next in line after this, whether it's Naomi who comes out on top or Bianca who comes out on top, but she's also not going to be too happy about the fact that she lost, but she didn't even get pinned. She's definitely going to be furious about that. But we'll see what ended up happening. For now, you have this championship match in front of us. Naomi versus Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Championship. Again, if my memory serves me correct, next weekend we have Saturday Night's Carnage, where AAA superstars will go ahead and defend their AAA championships against WWE superstars. Maybe some WWE superstars defend their titles as well. We'll have to see how things go there. So make sure you guys continue to stay tuned. This throughout the week we'll go ahead and confirm matches, and if it is not next weekend, but rather the next one, well, 2 weeks preparing for these matches, but I believe it is this upcoming weekend. But don't quote me on that, because I tend to have a very bad memory and low-key be very wrong, but that's alright. As next up, coming up to the ring, the current WWE Women's Champion, Bianca Belair, being able to beat Tiffany Stratton in order to be able to become the new WWE Women's Champion. Tiffany Stratton, who you've not heard of since losing that match, has potentially taken a break, just some time off in order to recharge, rethink of everything that happened, of what she lost and all of that. But hey, good for her. She can go ahead and just chillax. She's still owed her rematch, and she has that rematch clause, as well as is still definitely world championship material, which basically is telling me one day she will be world champion again. It is just a matter of time, and everyone, has their, I guess, turns as time goes on. People rise, people fall, they rise again, so on and so forth. But here tonight, we have Bianca Belair versus Naomi. I'm yapping a lot because these guys are taking their sweet time I want to go ahead and jump into this match. I am very excited, not only for this, but I do believe for the main event as well. Being able to see AJ Lee, we saw a little bit of her over at the Battle Royal in order to crown the #1 contender. But would love to go ahead and see a lot more from her. That to come in the main event. Go ahead and see what ends up happening there. But for now, this match right here, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Women's WWE Championship on the line. I don't want to go ahead and, kind of jinx this and have this happen. But is there a possibility that Jade Cargill gets involved with this match? I hope not. I hope we have a clean match and we're able to definitively find a true winner. But with all the mess of all these three women, as much as I hate to say it, can Jade Cargill get involved? Yes. Is she willing to do that and ruin Naomi's opportunities at a title potentially, or Bianca's reign, costing her reign? Jade Cargill is the type to do so. So, as much as I would hate for a match to end with controversy and in that way, just knowing the way that things have been moving with Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair, I do see it as a possibility that Jade Cargill could go ahead and get involved in this match. So we do have to go ahead and be quite cautious about that. Both women, I'm hoping, are smart enough to go ahead and have that same question for themselves before the match and before I even talked about it, to really prepare that, hey, at any given moment, Jade Cargill could go ahead and come in and try to ruin this match for us. So these women do have to be good and just prepare for that, because it is definitely a true possibility. But again, knocking on wood. Hopefully you guys heard that. Knocking on wood, making sure that does not happen. We want a nice, clean match, and again, we want to be able to find a winner, a definitive winner with no controversy, with none of that. As Naomi right now holding Bianca Belair into a nice little submission hold right here. Bianca Belair is able to go ahead and escape quite quickly, as now this allows Bianca Belair to be able to get back on the attack. She's going to go ahead and climb the top ropes, and trying to look for a big splash, but nobody home. Now Naomi is going to go ahead and be able to get back on the attack. Looking for the pinfall right there. Bianca Belair is able to go ahead and kick out at 1. Well, I have some breaking news. Oba Femi has gone ahead. I know, I went a little quiet. Hold on. Bianca Belair may be able to win the match right here. She may shut me up. Kick out by Naomi. I was going a little quiet because I was reading some messages on my phone, and I got this message to confirm that Oba Femi has officially found all members of his royal guard and will be returning to NXT very soon. There is no definitive date just yet, but just know Oba Femi is back closer and ready more than ever. So Javon Evans has still not defended his NXT championship, and Oba Femi may be his first title defense for his rematch clause. And Oba Femi is a scary dude. He may go ahead and lose that title right away. But hey, at least Javon Evans was able to become a champion in the first place. But be ready, because we will be seeing Oba within the next couple of weeks, very soon, hopefully, as Bianca Belair, that may be enough to put Naomi away to retain her championship. There it is. Bianca Belair has done it. She has beaten Naomi, and just like that is still the WWE Women's Champion. Naomi put up a decent battle, but at the end of the day, it was the champion, the EST of WWE, who comes out on top. That's the best, the strongest, the smartest, the prettiest, the championist. Boom. Bianca Belair still the WWE Women's Champion. And now, as I said with Lara and Becky, I think Jade Cargill is up next. I do believe that is who you give a championship opportunity to up next. But we'll go ahead and see what happens with all of that is it is now time for the main event of the evening. This match is for the Women's World Championship. Introducing first, the returning AJ Lee. She is the number 1 contender to the Women's World Champion, being able to win a 10-woman Royal Rumble in order to be able to be crowned and name herself the number 1 contender to Alexa Bliss's Women's World Championship. Here tonight, AJ Lee with an opportunity to win this Women's World Championship for the very first time. But if she wins, she's able to become a 4-time World Champion here within WWE. Now, of course, the superstar with the most Women's WWE World Championships is Charlotte Flair, I believe. Well, I believe I'm an idiot. No, she is. I don't think. Let's go ahead and see who has the most world titles in WWE. I know it is Charlotte Flair. She has like 14. Sorry, Alexa Bliss. I'm kind of ignoring you right here. Her opponent, she is a current Women's World Champion, Alexa Bliss. So it is Charlotte Flair that holds the record for the most WWE Women's World Championship reigns, with a combined 14 across different women's titles with Divas, Raw Women's, SmackDown Women's, etc. Now I'm not sure if there's a list right here. Let's see right here. I believe this is a list right here in my database. Let's go ahead and see. So Bayley has 5. So AJ Lee would be 1 away from her. Alexa Bliss, obviously, right now having 6, if my memory serves me correct. Let's go ahead and check. Yeah, she's a 6-time world champion, so it'll be 2 away from her. Asuka with 5. Rhea Ripley has 5. Mickie James 6. Trish Stratus 7. Sasha Banks, who fortunately isn't here anymore, 7 as well. Becky Lynch with 8, and then Charlotte Flair with 14. Maybe if you count the NXT, the 2-time NXT, you can go ahead and say 16, but I don't consider those world championships. Maybe the top championship in the NXT brand, but a 14-time, which would put AJ Lee, if she isn't already up with the best, even higher up with the best. A big opportunity here for AJ Lee. However, Alexa Bliss has been able to put away some incredible people. First off, beating Io Sky for the title, defending her title against Io Sky, beating Rhea Ripley for the to defend her title. So she has been able to defend her championship against some incredible superstars. So AJ Lee is going to have a difficult challenge here tonight, if she even considers believing in herself that she can go ahead and become a world champion, or maybe she's just here to go ahead and have a phenomenal match here in the main event of Evolution, the women's only PLE, which has been absolutely phenomenal. So we'll go ahead and see as AJ Lee off of the middle ropes with a big splash right here, big impact onto Alexa Bliss. We have been able to crown, just this weekend alone, let's go ahead and check. We've been able to crown 1, 2, 3, 4 new champions so far. As we had the Lost Souls winning the World Tag Team Championships. Technically, John Cena winning the People's Championship. We have Jordynne Grace in the opening matchup winning the Women's NXT Championship. And most recently, just a couple minutes ago, we had the Bella Twins winning the Women's Tag Team Championships. Can AJ Lee go ahead and follow in the footsteps right there? As we already had 2 returning wrestlers from the Divas era go ahead and win titles right now. Why can't AJ Lee go ahead and do it as well, as she looks for the pinfall over Alexa Bliss? Alexa Bliss is able to go ahead and kick out at 1. AJ Lee going to go ahead and now be put on the defensive end as Alexa Bliss looking to use the ropes, missing her shot right there. Able to get it done the second time. Some nice little bit of damage with a slight shoulder tackle onto AJ Lee right there. AJ Lee quickly able to switch things around as now AJ Lee and Alexa Bliss both throwing each other at well, each other, and both end up missing right there. It is Alexa Bliss who is able to come out on top and at least get up a little faster. So now Alexa Bliss is able to go ahead and get on the attack. Looking to use the ropes right here, and a big neck breaker of sorts. Big damage done right there by Alexa Bliss. Is now AJ Lee getting up. And now, AJ Lee was about to be met by a big kick by Alexa Bliss. Instead, AJ Lee able to go ahead and counter. Quickly, it is Alexa Bliss who is able to get back on the attack. However, once again, Alexa Bliss is countered by AJ Lee, who stuns Alexa Bliss, looking for the pinfall. 1, 2, but a kick out by Alexa Bliss. AJ Lee now on the attack, though. This is her opportunity. This is her chance to go ahead and potentially secure the World Championship. The Women's World Championship could be AJ Lee's if she pulls out the right moves right here, right now. Both women have been throwing their shots at each other, countering each other, so on and so forth. But right now it is Alexa Bliss who is taking damage, and AJ Lee in control. As AJ Lee now going to go ahead and use the ropes in order to charge up something. Looking to send Alexa Bliss flying. Alexa Bliss able to go ahead and get inside of the ring before AJ Lee can do anything, though. As now, knees to the stomach of AJ Lee, as Alexa Bliss may be able to go ahead and put her away here. 1, 2. AJ Lee able to kick out this match. Continues. That was the moment and the opportunity for Alexa Bliss to go ahead and retain her championship, but AJ Lee showing her determination. She wants to become the world champion yet again. She was a top woman during the Divas era, and now returning here tonight in the modern era. She wants to go ahead and secure her 4th world championship here in the WWE. She has hit the Spiders, what do you even call it, the Widow's submission. I forgot what it's called, my apologies, but AJ Lee may become world champion here. Alexa Bliss is struggling, but still fighting on and able to go ahead and escape the submission hold. This match continues. However, both women have taken an enormous amount of damage. AJ Lee may be put away here. Oh my days, a Canadian destroyer of sorts. As Alexa Bliss now looking to fly. AJ Lee may be out. 1. No! AJ Lee able to go ahead and kick out at 1. Still in this match. Now able to counter. AJ Lee not finished. Able to go ahead and kick out at 1. And now back on the attack. As Alexa Bliss is now the woman taking damage. Her opportunity has escaped. And now the attack. And the control is back into AJ Lee, who looks for a big stunner. Alexa Bliss may be put away here. AJ Lee not done. She wants to look for one last hit. Big kick to the face. AJ Lee, is this enough to become the new Women's World Champion? Yes, it is. AJ Lee has returned, and she returns with a bang. She is your new Women's World Champion, and now a 4-time World Champion here in WWE. She has owned and she ruled over the Divas era, and now she returns looking to do the same here in the modern era. Congratulations to AJ Lee and all of our new champions. Congratulations, and thank you so much for tuning in. What a spectacular weekend this has been. We will see you all over on Monday Night Raw. Thank you so much for tuning in.